Today's objective is I can determine the rule of a pattern by looking at the relationship between the numbers and extending the pattern by using the rule. So the two really important parts of our objective is being able to find the rule of the pattern we're looking at and then using that rule to extend the pattern. We're going to do this next problem together, so go ahead and take out your paper, a pencil, and we'll get started. You can pause the video at any time to catch up if I'm going a little too fast, or you can pause the video if you want a little time to think about the problem. What are the next three numbers in this pattern? All right, so let's look at our pattern. 47, 46, 44, 41, 37, 32, and then I see 3 blinks to extend our pattern. So we're going to need to find the rule of this pattern and then extend it. So let's move over to our anchor chart. My first step says ask. Are the numbers increasing or decreasing? So let's look at our numbers. 47, 46, 44, 41, 37, 32. So when I'm reading these numbers, I see that they are decreasing, which means they're getting smaller. This tells us that we are either going to be subtracting or dividing. So my first two numbers, 47 and 46, we've got to figure out, do I divide or subtract to get from 47 to 46? Well, there's not a number that I can divide 47 by to get 46. So that tells me we're not going to divide, we're going to subtract. So next thing we need to figure out is, what do I subtract or what do I take away from 47 to get 46? Well, I know if I take away 1 from 47, I get 46, right? 47 minus 1 is 46. So that was step 2. We found the relationship between the first two numbers. It's really important to move on to step 3 and check through the entire pattern, because just like we saw in our first video, it's not always going to be increasing or decreasing by the same amount. We need to find the relationship between each set of numbers. So my next set of numbers, 46 and 44, I want to figure out the relationship between those two numbers. Well, our first pair we subtracted 1, so let's try that. 46 minus 1 is 45. Well, that doesn't match the next number in my pattern, so it can't be subtract 1. So just like in our last video, you can use mental math to find the difference between each number to find the relationship, or you can actually write it out and subtract. So let's do that. 46 minus 44 is 2. So to get from 46 to 44, we take away 2. Now we're ready to find the relationship between the next two numbers, 44 and 41. So again, we're going to find the difference. 44 minus 41 is 3. All right, let's keep going. 41 and 37. 4. All right. Last pair of numbers, 37 and 32. So the difference is 5. Now we're ready to determine the rule of our pattern. So we already know that we are subtracting. Now when we look at what we're subtracting, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Oh, so these are just multiples of 1, right? Just like we're counting by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our pattern is subtract multiples of 1. So now we're ready to extend our pattern 3 times. So we're going to have to find 1, 2, 3 more multiples of 1, so that's easy. We had -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So the next one is going to be -6, then -7, and -8. So let's go ahead and solve. So we're at 32, and we're ready to take away 6. Two, take away 6. We can't do that because we have more on the floor. So we go next door and borrow. My 3 becomes a 2. Add 10 to 2, and we have 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. And bring down our 2. 26. All right, keep going. Now we've got 26, and we need to take away 7. 6 minus 7, we can't do that because we have more on the floor, so we go next door and borrow. My 2 becomes a 1. We add 10 to 6 to get 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. And bring down my 1. So we'll fill that into our next blank, 19, and solve for our last number. So now we've got 19. Take away 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. Bring down my 1. We've got 11. So now our pattern is complete. We found our rule. We extended the rule 3 times. Awesome job.